Boy, that was fast.
Well, is there any word on my mother?
Listen, I'm sorry there isn't. I've signed a special unit to the case.
I mean, this is incredible. No evidence, no clues.
No, there's nothing right now. Please, have a seat.
Come on.
Nobody's seen her since she left the King's Arms, where she went outside to get her purse, and she hasn't been seen since. Her car's still in the parking lot, and the purse is still in it.
So no one saw her after she left the hotel?
No sign of a scuffle or anything in the parking lot.
Nothing.
Dave was telling me how ingenious he thought this plan was of yours to capture Lance.
Well, it was if everybody had played their part, including Lance, who triple-crossed us by impersonating his brother who was impersonating him.
So now he's escaped. And you're no closer to the Dar es Salaam Bible than you were before.
And my mother is missing.
You still haven't told me what you thought of my presentation.
Oh, an A+ for delivery. You were charming and convincing as usual. As for content, well, I've heard it all before.
Darling, you are always so reluctant about the message of Domi.
Oh, not reluctant. Simply enthralled with the ease you're able to draw so many people into a pop psychology enterprise.
Domi is more than just pop psychology.
Sometimes think you're right, especially when you're able to know that I went to see Ben Martin when nobody else does.
Ah, you see? Domi shows you how to use the inner resources that you didn't even know existed. You should try it.
There are other things that I'd rather try.
We work well together.
We love well together.
Yes, but not now. We have to discuss Domi, your Bedford Institute, and the 3 questionable deaths associated with it.
Once you get out of here, you can go to Sergeant Brubaker, and they can come and get me.
Now, you really think they'll go for that?
Yeah.
Well, how are my 2 imposters doing?
I haven't tried to fool anyone.
Is that right? I do not believe you any more than I believe him. All the while you have been an agent for Brubaker.
That's not true.
Silence! How long will you keep up this disguise, Lance?
Okay. Suppose I tell you I'm Lance. What's in it for me?
You leave here a pauper, and you return a millionaire, provided you retrieve the Dar es Salaam Bible.
Well, this is a game we've been playing all along, isn't it?
Yes. Well?
Well, you're right. I'm Lance, not Jeremy. I've been lying to you all along.
That is what we've been waiting to hear. Now you can accompany me to the treasure.
No. No, I'm not going to accompany you anywhere.
Oh, yes, you will.
No, I'm going to bring the Bible back because I want the money. But we're going to do it on my terms, not yours.
Speaking of terms, you raised the price the last time we talked to $2 million.
I did? That's right, I did. I'm sorry. I was very greedy then.
My sentiments exactly.
So what are you driving at?
Considering your condition now, you should drop your price, don't you think?
No. Considering my conditions, I've got what you want. No, okay, I'll drop. Let's call it a warehouse sale.
Warehouse sale?
I forget it. You just tell the princess that we'll go for the original $1.2 million, all right?
You could do better.
Listen, you're pushing your luck now.
You'd rather hard bargain, as you Americans say. But the princess will no doubt be pleased that you've come to your senses.
What's that for?
Tie this tightly around his eyes. Move! Since you will not allow me to go with you, I will not allow you to find your way back here. It would be a shame if someone were to follow you and try to rescue Mrs. Davidson.
Listen, I'm not making any deal unless I get the money and that she's safe.
That sounds most reasonable. But I shall drop you off miles from here and bring you back the exact way you're leaving, blindfolded. Now move! Quickly!
I'll be back.
Fine, just put me on hold. Yeah, on with the rest of the world. Hi, losing earrings and everything. What do you have? Oh, I wanted to see them. Oh, it's gorgeous. I like it. Okay, why don't you, Jennifer, just put them next to the wall? Yes, I'm still here. Okay, thanks. Just leave word with him that I called. Can you do that? Hello. I'll call back maybe about 1 or so. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
But caught you at a bad time?
Oh, no, not really. Just call back 1 o'clock. Why don't you have a seat, Nancy? It'll be fine. In fact, it's interesting that you're here because I was thinking a little bit earlier that, about what we talked about last night, you know? The fact that I still have not been able to reach Jeremy. I've called his office at the museum, I've called the apartment, and I'm starting to get a little bit worried.
I can see with his brother out why you'd be worried, but look, I wouldn't pay any attention to it, because the police will call you if there's something wrong, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, of course they would. Listen, I am just dying to tell someone.
Yeah, what?
I have had the most amazing series of coincidences happen to me.
Coincidences.
I feel like it's a sign from above or something. I met this guy.
That doesn't sound very providential to me with you.
Well, it will when you hear about how I met him. I was in the cafeteria at Kingsley General Hospital, and I meet this guy. Then I'm out to dinner with Laurie and Ben at their place, and who do I run into but the same guy? And then you remember I told you about this Domi lecture that I was going to?
Oh, yeah, the self-help lectures.
Yeah. Oh, it was fantastic, Miriam. Yeah. But guess who happens to turn around and sit right next to me through the whole thing?
Aha!
Right, the guy! You've got to admit that's more than coincidence.
Well, that's true. It could be. Now, is he somehow involved with this self-help Domi group?
No. He knows the lecturer, though, so he knows all about it.
Do you?
Oh, Miriam, it is just amazing. You have to go. I mean, this woman, this Dr. Fazan, she's so dynamic. She was saying that what we have to do is release this hidden potential that's lying dormant within us, and so we get a hold of this thing so that
What thing get a hold of?
Whatever it is that releases the potential. And,
Okay.
Well, hello.
Hi. Oh, am I glad to see you. I've got a surprise for you.
You do?
I certainly do. I had all the girls here, goodness, in the office go through their things. I told them that you were in charge of the benevolence committee for your church's revival. And look at this, what they brought in. Look at this one.
Goodness gracious, these look like brand new things. Nancy, have you seen these things?
they look really nice.
Oh, do you think there's something here maybe you could wear? You know, this is no bargain basement stuff.
No.
Oh, Miriam, you just have to tell those girls that these things are gonna bless people.
I think I definitely will. You know, I'm just really excited about it because I've only been here a short time. You did a good job.
Oh, sure did.
You know, I could have gone ahead and taken one of those dresses and tried it on, but I didn't. You know why I didn't? Because this doctor, Vanessa Fazan, was saying that we have to stop seeing ourselves as losers, but as winners.
Well, that's fine as long as you're not a winner at somebody else's expense.
Nancy was just telling me about the wonderful time that she had at a self-help group earlier. And what did you call that thing again?
It's called Domi. It stands for Dominion of Man's Intellect.
Domi, I see.
Ione, this is just incredible, this group. You've got to hear this Dr. Fazan speak. She's so dynamic. She just really makes the words come alive. And what did she say? She said that what we have to do is to reprogram ourselves to live our own potential, you know?
Oh, dress up the old man.
What does that mean?
Well, the Bible refers to the self as the old man.
Yeah, are you sure you weren't feeling so elated, Nancy, because of the coincidence that was sitting next to you we talked about earlier?
What are you two talking about?
I met this extremely handsome, exciting man on 3 different occasions in the last few days, Ione. I mean, I think that it's the hand of divine providence or something.
Oh, why do single women always try to spiritualize every encounter they have with a man? The good Lord gives you common sense and a keen eye. He says you'll know a person by the fruit he bears, not by the places you bump into him.
Well, Ione, he happens to be a doctor, and he thinks that he can get the size of this scar reduced, too.
Ah, and if he can do that, Ione, it's a definite sign he is good material for a husband.
Okay, you two, you can poke fun all you want, but I know when I run into someone as often as that, who happens to be good-looking as well as single, then it's more than just a coincidence. Now, I know how you two are just so anxious to evangelize me, but you know something? I gotta tell you something. Your spiritual views can be very narrow-minded sometimes. You know, there are many ways to find happiness, and if I have an opportunity to improve myself, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Oh, Nancy, you know we want the best for you. All I'm trying to say is the Lord just doesn't want to mess with the old self. Now, look, you see this dress?
Yeah.
Looks good, looks new, but it's an old garment. Now, that's how your self is, the old man. I mean, the Lord just doesn't want to waste time improving something old like that. He wants to build a whole new creation for you.
And that's what happened to me, Nancy. You know that. And the change has been in me for a year now. You've seen it.
Now, that's the difference between what we have and what this Domi is all about.
Well, that may be so, but, you know, all I've got to work with is myself. That's all I have. So, if I want to improve myself, I don't see that there's anything wrong with trying that.
Goodbye, Nancy.
Oh, I tell you, I don't know what else.
What do we have here?
Look.
Jeremy? Yeah. Well, how did you... All right. Is she safe? Okay, fine. You get here as soon as you can. All right, goodbye. If that was Jeremy Lancelot, he says your mother's safe.
Wait, what do you mean, if?
Well, where is she?
He doesn't know.
Well, why would he call to tell you she's safe, but he doesn't know where she is?
Because I don't even know if that's who it is. That's why.
John, this is very confusing.
Tell me about it. If it was Jeremy, he said that he and Terry were captured by the princess and their 2 friends. They were held as hostage in some remote warehouse in God knows where. He was blindfolded, but they let him go to find the Bible because he was impersonating Lance.
Yeah, but my mom is still a hostage.
It looks that way.
Oh, Ben.
It's okay. Take these. Come on, sit down. At least we know she's alive. It's all right.
Yeah, she's alive for now, but who knows what these people are going to do to her.
Hey, John, it's just... Oh, hey, guys. What are you doing here?
Waiting for word on my mother.
Oh, yeah. Nothing yet?
Well, Jeremy just called to say that she is all right, if that was Jeremy, but I'm not really too sure if he was impersonating Lance or vice versa. It's just...
John, listen, hey, wait a second. Think about what you just said. Why would Lance call you?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, why would Lance call to tell you that Terry's safe?
Because there's the possibility that he's so bold now he can walk into my police station and start giving orders. He's ruthless.
And he's reckless. And that's why he's gonna mess up.
Brubaker. What? Where? That's the first good news I've heard all day. Thank you. You know that tracer we put in the jewel box? Lance picked it up. Our helicopters have got it on scanner.
All right.
They got Lance placed somewhere out of town around 5th and Parker.
Okay, fantastic.
Well, they waved off the helicopter. Now they're following them in unmarked cars. They all got scanners.
John, you go with your men.
Russ, I can't let you...
Come on.
Look, you've been a big help to me, all right?
Yeah.
But I can't allow any personal vendettas here. And you two might as well go home. I mean, you're going to be safer there anyway. I don't know who's going to walk through that door, Jeremy or Lance.
Yeah, you're right. Come on, honey. Let's go. Come on.
Sergeant, you'll call us.
Just as soon as I find out anything, I promise.
Thanks, John.
See you guys later.
Russ, you might as well take off, too.
Listen, John, you know I've got more than just a vested interest in this thing.
I said no.
Tell me about this, Ben Martin. Are you going to offer him a position at the Institute?
Whatever gave you that idea?
I could talk about a power that's deep within your soul, but you'd only accept intuition. Are you?
Actually, thought has crossed my mind. When I went to visit Ben at the clinic, I thought, what a waste. Ben was brilliant in med school, and he's recently received this AMA award.
Oh, yes, I read about it.
Ben always struck me as the kind of guy that would come into his own later in life. And the reason that he hasn't achieved all of his accomplishments yet is he has to play out these idealistic fantasies before he can climb right to the top.
So why don't you help him to get rid of these fantasies?
Why are you so interested?
I'm just interested in your own well-being.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, after all, with the AMA award and all the publicity that he's received, I would think Ben would be an asset to your institute.
Oh, especially after those 3 questionable deaths, right?
Right.
Well, I've thought about it.
Good. Keep me posted on how everything works out.
Somehow with you, I never have to keep you posted. You always seem to know everything.
Here, let me get this for you.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm sorry.
That's okay, it's all right.
Thank you. So you weren't able to contact him all
No,
morning?
not at all, and that's why I came right down here.
That doesn't really help me. Are you sure you don't want some of
No,
this?
thank you, thank you.
I don't blame you. Anyway, I got a very curious phone call this morning, and the caller said he was Jeremy.
Was he all right?
Well, I think so. I mean, I'm not really sure that that's who it was. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, he said that he was all right and that he was going to come down here. He also said that Terry Davidson was safe.
Wait, what happened to her then?
Nobody's seen her since yesterday afternoon at the King's Arms. Apparently, according to this person that called, that the 2 of them were captured by the princess and her 2 friends, and that they were held hostage at some warehouse, and that he escaped because he impersonated Lance. So,
Well, at least that part makes sense.
it does.
Well, yeah, if Jeremy was pretending to be Lance, or if they thought he was Lance, they'd let him go because Lance is the only one who can lead them back to the Dar es Salaam Bible, right?
Yeah.
Oh. I take it you don't trust the real Jeremy anymore.
I don't know who to trust. I don't trust myself. I can't tell these 2 characters apart. That's why I had you come in here.
Sergeant Brubeck, what are you doing here? What's going on here? We gotta get going. What are you looking at me like that for? So, and what Terry's plan was for me to impersonate Lance and to escape out of the warehouse and come here and tell you where to go. But that's not what happened. See, what happened was they blindfolded me, and then they took me around in the car, and they drove around in circles, and they dropped me off at the edge of town. And that's why I'm so discombobulated.
So that's why you're telling me that they got Terry locked up someplace, but you don't know where she is?
Yes.
That's incredible.
What's incredible is you're not believing a word I say. You want to take my fingerprints and send them to Washington? Maybe you can match them up with Lance's and make sure that they...
That takes too long. What do you think?
Well, Jeremy made me a promise once. A promise that meant a great deal to me.
I remember it.
You do?
Yes.
So, So why'd you kiss me at the setup at the King's Arms restaurant?
I didn't kiss you. I would never kiss you. That wasn't me, that was my brother.
Yeah, I think it's Jeremy.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, I was really worried about you. I was calling your apartment and the museum and everything.
You're positive it's him?
Yeah, I'm positive.
All right. Well, if you two lovebirds will excuse me, I gotta get out there because apparently my men got the real Lance in their sights.